Don't mind how ugly it looks. We're just not going to talk about it. Okay, so you had to hammer in this little dimple right there. Obviously, I think I went a little too much. And the problem I'm facing is since I hammered this first and then this, it creased a little bit, and that's the part I need to hammer. And I tried, and goddamn, this shit is thick. So it doesn't look good, but it's fine. You can't see it as long as it clears and the transmission doesn't hit it, which it's really close. But you would think you'd be able to hammer that, but it just doesn't. It's really thick. I think it's just because it's the corner and it's extra layered, and I made it worse by hammering the other side, which the other sides did need to get hammered in, but I probably should have done it a different way. But you know, here we are. So that's the only part I had to hammer. I'm gonna touch all this up with some paint just so it doesn't rust. But yeah. So now I'm going to throw this back in with the broken cam sensor, unfortunately. But it shouldn't hit. And you do have to bend those coolant lines with a 3/8 extension just so it doesn't hit the water neck. But that's it. That's all the engine bay prep that you have to do. And if you're running the stock transmission, you just have to cut that trans tunnel brace, that thing. You don't have to drill it all out. It's just, this transmission is huge, as you saw. So it needs all the room it can get. And the exhaust is gonna be something else, but we'll get there when we get there. So, and then hopefully the drive shaft should fit. I don't know, we'll see. Next big hurdle of doing this whole K-swap thing is to take out, you don't have to, but I'd highly recommend taking out, it doesn't even look like what it was anymore, but this is the strut bar firewall mount. And I just thought it was 3 spot welds, which it is. It's those 3 right here, but also it's sandwiched in between with 2 more spot welds. That one like there, and then that one just ripped off. Anyway, so the best plan of action for this is to drill your 3 spot welds up, pry it up, start breaking some of this loose, and then just prying it did not work for me with my pliers. So I was able to basically pry it enough to start whacking it with a big hammer on the sides. That way it starts to like cut basically. So like the left one just cut the metal and the right one just pulled the whole spot weld out. So it doesn't look good, but I did it because when I was leaning the transmission down to see how much I could get away with without having a trans mount, the stud hit my cam sensor and cracked my cam sensor. So that's fun. So just if you're doing this, it sucks. Almost as bad as the trans tunnel. Not as bad, but close. So drill those 3 spot welds out, kind of pry it up a little bit, start getting it moving, getting it loose, break all the seam sealer, and then from there, just keep prying, keep hitting from the sides to break. Once you get one side broken loose, you can bend it and then have more leverage on the other side. So just take some time and finesse with it. But yeah, so that's that. So now that's out the way. I don't take this all out. You don't need to. I thought I could get to the spot welds from the top. Spoiler, you can't. Yeah, so note, be careful if you lean the transmission down. It'll break your cam sensor. I took that one out because I didn't break that one. Luckily, this is the OEM one. I bought a new one for this side, and I have to buy another one for that side. Anyway, now we know. My mistake is you're learning. So now I'm gonna just throw the motor and trans back in it. Okay, update, motor's in. Transmission is being held by a nice piece of wood to get a relative idea of how much I need to lean it. So it fits pretty well once you massage that area. That's the main concern. And you bend those lines and you cut out that bracket for the trans mount, or for the shock tower mount. You do have more clearance necessary. So it clears the hood. This was a concern. It does clear the hood with like barely a finger, but it does clear it. This side, tons of room for a downpipe. It's really nice. Now the only concern is the exhaust. So that's gonna be kind of a fun one. Interior wise, this is how we're looking on the shifter. Like literally your drive shaft is where your shifter normally is, before it actually. Now trans mount is the next major thing. Okay, don't mind the temporary trans jack or trans mount. This is just so I can get it up in the air, but I wanted to go over clearance again and potential trans mount solution. I have to scan it, which I'll record a little bit, but as you can tell, it does sit pretty low compared to the rest of the car. I don't know exactly height. It may come down a little bit just so I can get the pinion angle correct. Exhaust wise, going to come through here and then snake through and come to the stock catback. Now the next, not issue, but making the trans mount. So this is the OEM BMW trans mount part. So basically, like I said before, we're gonna have plates right there and right there that'll be able to bolt through, and then have a little brace come under with this cylindrical. Let me go grab them, because basically it'll be like this, and then have a bracket or nuts on the top of this frame side and this frame side that'll bolt and bolt. That way it'll be removable. So that's actually gonna be pretty good when I get it all said and done. Clearance wise, it'll be interesting still, but oval. I may see if I can find shorter cylindrical things. That way it comes right under the trans and go back to oval for there. So general idea how it's gonna go. Like I said, I'm gonna draw this all up in CAD just so I don't have to make as many parts. Oh, there's the oil cooler, those two ports. And here's so much room. It's crazy from under the car, how much accessibility you have to everything. It's really cool. But yeah, just an update. That's the general idea of, if you can imagine, it'll just have frame side. The frame side's gonna have nuts on the top of both sides, and this is just gonna have holes, and you put bolts through it and it'll hold it. So that's the idea.